You want to tell me you couldn't spare 30 seconds
in all that you're doing.
Just to say, okay, oh wow, that's funny, and then go back.
This is not because they don't believe you or they don't trust you, but it's because they want to know and hear the reasons why you love them.
Yeah. Any time spent together with them, to them says, this person loves me, you know. Hello family, welcome to Finding Beauty in Marriage, your podcast for all things marriage, and a place where we build beautiful, meaningful, and fulfilling relationships. As always, I'm never alone. I'm with my wife, the wife of my youth, my Stimela Samsa Sezola, and my co-host, Matapelo Maluka. Say hi, Shugu.
Hello everyone, welcome to Finding Beauty in Marriage. Thank you for joining us today and let us have fun.
Yeah, definitely we're gonna have fun today. But before that, I think it's worth just noting that we've just reached 100 subscribers.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, guys, for always listening in, for always sharing this podcast. Continue to do so, and we truly hope that marriages are being enriched and marriages are being transformed. And as you continue to listen to this, you are building habits of making your marriage beautiful. That's all we are here for. As long as your marriage is beautiful, we are happy. So yeah, thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much. I think it's worth also shouting out to Nsepiseng.
Yeah.
Nsepiseng, Sandile,
and Meminwe.
Yeah. These are like, you guys are. You
Like
keep us
cheerleaders.
going. If we think about not doing an episode, like, what about these guys, you know? But we know that some of you are listening and are not even commenting. You are enjoying this in private and you're sharing it. We are not able to tell. So shout out to you too, you know.
Thank you so much, guys,
Thank you
for your
so
comments.
much.
They mean a lot.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today, babe?
So today we're talking about love languages.
Yeah.
So we'll be going into what a love language is. A love language is how you communicate love to your spouse.
Yeah.
It is what you say, it is what you do that says to them or shows them and means to them that you love them. So there are 5 love languages that we'll be going into.
Okay.
Just to mention them, there's words of affirmation, acts of service, gift giving, physical touch, and quality time. So we will be discussing what these love languages are or what they mean, how to execute them, and also what to avoid.
Yeah.
So the golden rule, before we go far, the golden rule about love languages is that you must love your partner with their love language and not your love language, right? So bear that in mind as you go through what we're going to be saying today. With love languages, or what we are going to be going through, just look out to discover which one you are, because that will help you to know how you want to be loved, and it's going to make it easier for you to communicate how you want to be loved with your partner. And also find out what your partner's love language is, so that you are able to love them best. So it is important that you really listen to this podcast with your partner, right? Because if you are listening together, it's easier for you to talk through.
You can literally comment as you talk.
And just pause and talk, and talk. So take us through the first one.
Yeah, so the first one is, I think we've been speaking about this in a lot of our previous episodes, quality time.
Yeah.
So there are people whose love language is quality time. These kind of people feel most love when their partner actively wants to spend time with them. It's not really just about spending the time, but it's about
you wanting to be
showing, that you actually want to be there. As we close an episode, you would always hear us saying, show up and be present. And this is what I think the person who came up with that is a quality time person, because you have to be present.
Yeah.
You have to show up all the time and you have to be present for them. They value things like eye contact, because it shows that you are actively there. They value active listening. They just want your full presence. You can't be on your phone while you are spending time with them, because to them that will be sending the wrong signal to say you don't love them, because for them spending time and quality time with them
equals love.
So doing anything outside of that feels like you don't love them. Any time spent together with them to them says, this person loves me. They have a strong desire to actively spend time with their significant other. So they will annoy you every time by asking you, when are we meeting? When are we spending time? When are we going out together? They always want to spend time with you. So in that spending of time, it's really about, doing the things that you both love to do together. They love having meaningful conversations during that time, because it's really not the length or the
time spent.
It's really about the contents of what was done during that time that creates a quality time. How the thing about them is that absence will always make them feel like they are not loved. And if this is your language, I think you better mention and talk to your partner about it and let them know that their absence makes you feel a little lonely and makes you feel a little not loved. So how to love them? Give them your undivided attention. You can't, like I said, you can't be on your phone when you're spending time with them. Always strive to find shared activities with them. They will love that. They will always love that.
They are the game nights kind of person.
I was about to say that.
Okay.
You are supposed to be the one
initiating
who initiates the date nights. They want the movie nights. Those things, if you initiate them and your partner is a quality time person, they will appreciate you much more.
Okay. Awesome. Number 2, words of affirmation. With words of affirmation, people, you mainly assure them of your love through words. They value verbal communicated affection. When you tell them that you love them, they often want to know why. Right? And this is not because they don't believe you or they don't trust you, but it's because they want to know and hear the reasons why you love them.
They want it verbalized.
They are those kind of people. So words are meaningful to them, meaning that they hear everything you say, right? They don't miss a thing. And whatever that you say, it goes straight to the heart. So when you communicate with them or when you talk to them, you need to be genuine, you need to be specific, and you need to be sincere, because they can tell. They can tell when you're not genuine, when you're not sincere. So be careful with your words around them. So this also means that they easily get hurt by words, right? And it also means that they are easily impressed by words also. So words of affirmation people are mostly people who cherish meaningful conversations. They love it when you are actively listening as well. It says to them that you value their thoughts and their opinions. Also, words of affirmation people love words so much that even if you do everything for them to show them that you love them without mainly telling them the right words or showing them affection through words, it all becomes pointless. Right? They don't see it, they don't feel it, they don't recognize it, they don't notice it, right?
Only because you didn't say.
Only because you didn't use words and actually said it. So examples before I go into how you can avoid what to avoid with them. Examples, you can compliment them, right? You say to them, you look beautiful, you look handsome. Use verbal affection like, I miss you, I love you, you mean the world to me.
Yeah.
Also personalize your praise.
Yeah.
Like we say, I said that is the reasons, right? Highlight their strengths.
Yeah.
Highlight their talents, their qualities that make them unique, I tend to say they are mushy people.
Yeah.
All that mushy stuff you must tell them. So what to avoid
I think before you go there, babe, maybe one of the ways to make a words of affirmation person feel loved, write a note, stick it on the fridge, just to let them know that you love. It's words. As long as it's words, you got
words.
them. So write a note, leave it on the side, babe.
Write them a poem if you still can.
A poem, rap
a
for
letter,
them, like our pastor.
Yes, rap for them, a rap song, write a song, as long as it's words. Whether they read them or they hear them.
Yeah,
as long
as it's words, just
words.
know that it's gonna get to them.
Yeah. So what to avoid with words of affirmation, people? Avoid assuming that they know that they are loved without you having to tell them.
Yeah.
If you can, say it every day. Say it every day. Tell them that you are proud of them. Tell them that you appreciate them and their efforts. Number 2, avoid neglect. Failing to acknowledge their efforts and accomplishment can lead to them feeling insignificant, right? When they have accomplished something, tell them that you are proud of them, because now they will not feel seen if you don't do that. Number 3, avoid criticism. Saying harsh words to them can be devastating. Rather focus on constructive feedback. Some of us are hardcore. You can say something and it just bounces, but for them, avoid harsh words. Anything can be harsh. Your person.
You must, if you've been
they are the marshmallows of the world, marshmallows of love and relationships. So if you've been married, you know your person by now, the kind of words that you must avoid. Like I'm saying, a word may not be harsh to me, but to somebody it may be harsh. Sarcasm. Avoid sarcasm. Using sarcasm can come across as you mocking them or belittling them.
Very fast.
They pick it up very, very fast. I have a friend, Lolo. She's so sarcastic in everything. My mom.
My mom is the boss. So
my mom is so sarcastic. So if you are words of affirmation in my family, the rest of my mom's family actually they are like that. If you are that kind of person, you won't survive. So negative labels, avoid using that. Avoid using hurtful labels or names, right? Even jokingly, just avoid doing that. Also avoid belittling humor. Avoid words that put them down or that make them feel foolish. I don't know what number this is. Dismissing their feelings, right? Minimizing or degrading their emotions can make them feel unheard. Words of affirmation people can be very emotional. Like we just said, they are the marshmallows of love. You handle them with tender loving care. And avoid silence also. Giving them the silent treatment or withholding verbal affirmation from them can be damaging. They want to talk. So offer them that.
Silent treatment for them is like
they are malfunctioning.
It's hell. Why aren't we talking? Why, Wow. Okay, number 3. That would be gift giving. So there are people whose love language is gift giving. And you see that and I think with every love language, initially you'll see these things from them. So this person will buy you a lot of gifts because that's the way they understand and know how to receive and give love until you actually teach them how you want to be loved. So gift giving people, they feel loved when they are given a visual symbol of this love that you continue to profess towards them. They I think of all these people, they are the most misunderstood ones, because people think they are gold diggers. They just think, and especially if it comes from a woman, we always think this one is a gold digger, but it's the only way they understand love. It's, if the tables were turned, they would still be the one buying the gifts for you, because that's how they understand how to receive love and how to actually give love, until they are taught otherwise. So they are not gold diggers. I think let's clear that up. They are not gold diggers.
Buy those flowers every Friday.
Yeah. I think it's worth just noting that they really aren't gold diggers. And I say that because not every gift should be bought.
Yes.
Yes. It's not just bought stuff that is a gift to them.
Yeah.
You can literally again, you can write a note, put it in a nice envelope, drop it. It's a gift to them. To them, it's really not about the gift itself.
It's the thought.
It's, I think the person who said
thought behind
it's the thought that counts. I think that person was a gift giving person.
Yeah.
Because the gift can be physical. It can be usually it's a physical gift, because it's a physical representation of
your
love for them. But it's really the thought that counts. When you give them a gift, to them, you have just bought a gift, right? Maybe you bought them something simple, maybe like a bracelet, for instance. What they are thinking when you give them that gift, it's how long it took for you to actually get to buy the gift. So they're thinking about the whole process. It means you woke up that morning, you thought about them, while you were at work, you were thinking about them, when you went to the store, you had to go through the 10,000 bracelets that were there at the store just to pick this specific one, and then you picked it, and you had to now think about how you are going to give it to them. They are thinking about the whole thing,
process,
and that's why it means so much to them. And when you are sitting there thinking, how it's just a bracelet, why are you overreacting?
Are you being so emotional?
I know my mother-in-law is like that as well. She is. If you buy her something, oh man, it's like, but it's just, I wasn't even thinking about you, honestly.
It's just something I picked up.
I was at the shops, I saw it, I thought you'd like it, I bought it. But to her, she's thinking, wow, this is such a big thing.
Can literally buy her sweets and it would mean the world.
Just sweets, and it's like, what, 10 rands. And to her, it's like you've just broken, the world record. Yeah, so when you give them a gift, really it's the process they think about. They think about that careful reflection that you went through to pick that gift. Their downfall as well is that you can profess love all you want, but if it's not followed by gift giving, to them it's like, well, you talk a lot, but I can't see,
my goodness.
I can't see that love. So when how do you love this person? You must always make sure that your gift is thoughtful. When you buy, avoid buying things that you didn't really carefully think about, because they love gifts so much. They have the ability to also tell when something was just like,
I was about to ask that. Can you just pick up something and say, hey, by the way, here's a gift?
No, you can't. Especially with your spouse, you can't, because they have a way of telling if it's not meaningful. If it's not meaningful, if you didn't go through that process of thinking about, okay, what should I get her? Is this something that she would actually like or he would actually like? So make sure that your gifts are thoughtful.
Yeah.
Always have these, surprise tokens, those ones, there's no need to have a lot of thought to it, but they just still need to be able to communicate your love towards them. Surprise them with their favorite candy. In our one of our counseling sessions, when we asked the couple how, I think we asked them how they knew, we asked the lady specifically how she knew he loved her.
Oh yeah.
She mentioned chomp.
Yeah, that he buys him.
He buys him a box of chomp.
He buys her chomp.
Oh
yeah.
yes, he buys
not
a
chomp.
chomp.
Box.
Just chomp.
Yeah,
chomp.
one bar. Yeah.
And
and we know how small that thing
is. It's as simple as that.
And how old it is.
Yeah, and it's a consistent thing.
Yes.
He continues to buy
every time
the
they
chomp.
meet. Yeah.
Every single time, and that's just how simple things are when you're in a relationship and you want to make, especially with a person who's gift giving or whose love language is gift giving. You find that one thing that consistently speaks your love towards them. And it doesn't have to be a car every year. It just has to be a chomp.
Wow.
Simple. A simple thing, and then make sure that you also create experiential gifts. These ones are,
by the way, chomp is chocolate, right?
Oh yeah,
2000s don't know what that thing is.
We know it because we loved it when we grew up.
It's an old chocolate. Yeah.
So experiential gifts, these ones are now the gifts that create a huge experience. Try to be as thoughtful as possible with that. Like a trip to Dubai. Create those ones that create. I mean, it doesn't have to be that big, but I'm just making an example. That it has to be that gift that creates. It's not just a gift that's just an object, but a gift that creates an experience rather than just receiving the object. A plan, just like quality time. When you create a gift that maybe book them into a massage parlor with the two of you, it's still a gift, but it more creates a memory rather than something that she or he would hold on to.
Yeah.
So think about it that way. So those are the gift-giving people, and that's how you love them. If you are that person, communicate it. Don't die inside.
Don't think they will think of you as a gold digger.
No,
right?
you are not a gold digger.
If they are listening, from today they will know that you're not a gold digger.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just how you prefer to be loved.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4, acts of service. What are acts of service? So acts of service are all about serving your spouse, right, or your partner.
Yeah.
So you must mainly focus on doing something for your spouse or assisting them with something. And to them, this is more of showing them than telling them.
Yeah.
Right? Your words mean very little to them.
Yeah.
They must match your actions, right? If you say you will do something, it is in you actually doing that than in you saying it.
Yeah.
So they will wait for you to follow up on what you said. If you promise an act of service, spouse or person or partner to do something, you better not make them wait for too long.
Yeah.
It is important that when you make a promise, you know that it won't take too long, because the longer they wait, it says to them that you don't love them enough to prioritize them and fulfill the promise. So they prefer you to be also spontaneous in serving them. I would advise you to, if you can, just do things for them without having to tell them
Yeah.
Right? You are safer that way.
Yeah.
Right? And also without them having to ask you.
Yeah. I'm writing notes, y'all. I'm writing notes.
Yeah, you should. So this will mean quite a lot to them.
Yeah.
They love it when you go out of your way to make sure that their lives are easier.
Yeah.
It says to them that you are considerate, you see them and they matter to you, and they are deserving of that act.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you serve them, it says to them also, thank you.
Yeah.
Without you having to say it, it says to them, thank you. When you wash the dishes, you are saying, thank you for the cooked meal. Right? If you are bathing the kids,
response.
it says, thank you for being a great mom or a great dad, if that is your chore. Right? And it says to them, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you enough to stop whatever I'm doing to do this for you.
Yeah.
Right? So examples will be, like I said, helping out with the with the dishes, making them coffee. It's winter. I mean,
Yeah.
make me coffee.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I'll buy the one you like.
Yeah. If it is the dad who baths the kids, one day just bath the kids,
Like
right?
me.
Washing the car for your husband, you don't have to literally be the one to wash the car. Just take it out to the car wash.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Or filling the petrol, it doesn't have to be their money.
Yeah.
I mean your money. You can just say, hey, where's your petrol money? I would like to just fill in the tank for you. Right? To them, that will be so considerate, and they will really appreciate that.
Yeah. It's really about that
The service.
the small
It's
thing, about you just saying, look, I see you are doing a lot. I can't help you. I can't meet you halfway, but I can do just this one thing.
just this one thing.
And this one thing goes a long way.
Yeah. So what to avoid with these people? Ignoring requests for help. If you ignore requests for help, can be very damaging to them. Yeah, because it says to them that you don't care.
Yeah. I think the study done by the Gottmans, they also found that couples who don't respond to
Requests.
bits of connection, because them asking for help, sometimes it's not really that they need help. It's a bid for connection. I know with you, you always use your shortness as
Oh my goodness.
as a way to call me and need my attention.
Wow.
And then I get there and I'm like, this thing is just here.
But I'm short. It's just here for you. I can't reach it.
But I know it's a bit for connection, so
Yeah, that's true.
I let it pass, But
yeah.
couples who don't respond to bits of connection end up separating.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a study. If you don't know Dr. Gottman and Dr. Gottman, the two doctors, they are married. They have the love lab where they have couples in a house and they monitor
And
how
study their behavior.
and study basically how couples deal with one another, and they can they've done this for years, and they can really tell whether a couple is going to make it or not. So if you have some time, follow them. You learn quite a lot from them. Watch their interviews, and you'll see how they really are doing I think they are pioneers in this relationship making marriage work kind of work. They're doing quite a lot of work. So follow them. They have a lot of tools also that can help you as a couple. So they're called the Gottman. I think they have the Gottman's Institute and the Gottman Foundation. Look them up. You'll be fine.
I hope they pay you for this. Oh well. So number 2, avoid not following through with what you promised.
Yeah.
Or taking too long to do it, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
So this is why you would often have them ask you, when will this be done?
Yeah.
Because it gets them frustrated. It gets them, it makes them uneasy, man. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
They just become so frustrated and uneasy when tasks are not followed up on or promises are not fulfilled.
Yeah.
And should this happen often, you not following up or taking too long to do things, your words will start to become worthless to them.
Yeah.
They don't mean much, but now whenever you say something like, whatever, they roll their eyes.
Yeah.
They will only believe you when it's done. That's when they will get to believe you.
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose that with your partner. You don't want your words not to mean anything, right? You want to say something and it must be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last one, avoid being close-minded. What I mean, feeding into the gender-based stereotype when doing tasks.
Yeah.
Because now it will be very difficult to help out an act of service or love an act of service person, because as a woman, the only things that I'm going to ask you to help me with are the things that are perceived as gender role. Yeah, a gender role, right? Yeah. I'm going to ask you to help me with dishes. But if you are a man who is gender-based stereotyped, you are going to say, but this is a woman's task. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that.
Wash is each, I mean. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry.
You are going to be in so much trouble. So, if you are a man and you would like help, like you say, there are bits for connection.
Yeah.
And I just want you to come wash the car with me.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's not me giving you a task to do.
Yeah.
I want to spend time with you. Right? I want to connect with you. If I'm changing a tire and I want you to stand there as a man, not a woman. Yeah. And I keep saying, hand me a ball, hand me a spanner, hand me, it's not them, wasting your time. Yeah. But it's really them wanting to connect with you and wanting to feel loved by you. Yeah. Because you standing there helping them says that you love them and you want to connect with them.
Yeah. I think also, just to circle back on that bits for connection, these bits for connection, and I'm saying this because I don't want us to now leave people thinking, what are these bits for connection they're talking about?
Okay.
So bits for connection are it's like someone bidding for a tender. You need to respond.
Yeah.
So they are bidding for your connection. In other words, they are doing something to really get your attention. And it's usually not because they feel like you are not giving them attention. It's just a momentary thing to say, hey, here's a TikTok video.
Yeah.
They want you to, they are finding, let's say they're finding a bit of happiness out of that video because maybe there's a baby dancing. They want you to share in that happiness. So they bid for that connection to say, hey, look at this TikTok video.
Yeah.
And when not because, you are uptight, you are maybe on a deadline, like, I'm busy here, I'll look at that later.
Yeah.
And you are not going to. So that bid for connection, they may not notice, but over time, they learn that you don't respond to their bids for connection. So what they do is they then stop asking for your attention. And this now, because it's been happening so many times with small things, they don't know, you don't know that this has been happening. Eventually they stop asking. It's just
That
human
is
nature.
true. Yeah.
You know, they'll just stop asking. And psychologically and subconsciously, they know that you don't respond to their bid for connection.
Yeah.
And this will now affect every other bid
other
for
thing.
connection, no matter how big it is. Even at times when they feel like now you are no longer giving me attention, they will just not even ask for it. And guess what? Eventually, you are not giving them attention. They don't want your attention
Anymore.
They
Yeah.
are getting attention elsewhere, and eventually you just separate because it's just been building up, and you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your relationship. Those little bits for connection, they can get out of hand.
Yeah.
So when your husband or your wife calls you for a TikTok video, don't just say, it's just TikTok and I'm busy making money here.
Like
Go
you were
there.
saying, we must make time for laughter.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, that video is funny and they want to
Yeah,
laugh with
they
you.
want to laugh with you.
You miss
Yeah.
that opportunity to laugh
Yeah,
with your
and
spouse.
Remember, that's a split second thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's the videos in TikTok usually are
They don't take long.
usually are 30 seconds long. You want to tell me you couldn't spare 30 seconds
In all that you're doing.
in all that you are doing just to say, okay, oh wow, that's funny, and then go back. You know,
Yeah.
that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
They just want
Honestly, the world can wait.
anyone,
Anything. As long as
anything
no
can
one
wait.
is dying
Yeah.
and there is no fire,
Yeah.
everything else can wait.
The house is not burning, we are fine.
Yeah.
Let it wait, you know.
Let it wait. Yeah.
Respond. So in all this, I'm just saying, respond to your partner's bids for connection, because those are really huge.
They are.
You know, they start out very small, you know, and if you don't pay attention to them, they grow to a very big giant. Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Awesome.
Last one, physical touch. Physical touch. These kind of people, they love.
Why aren't you mentioning that to you?
Why are you exposing me?
You exposed me, so why shouldn't I expose you?
So yeah, this is me and a few of my people. I know you guys are there, are listening. We love physical touch. You know, we'll hug everyone. We know them, we don't know them. We'll touch them.
Yeah.
You know, we'll touch them.
Yeah.
It reminds me someday. I think early in our marriage, we had a meeting here in the house, and I think I was sitting somewhere there with
People can see where you're pointing.
I was sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And because it's a meeting, you know, we had other people
Yeah.
in the house, and I think you were sitting opposite me. You were sitting maybe where I'm sitting, and I kept touching this lady who was next to me, and I didn't even notice. And after the meeting, you called me, my guy. So much touching.
Yeah. I remember.
You know, and I didn't even notice I was doing it. You know, but that's just how we are, and it's a bad thing. I must say that. You know, especially.
Terrible. I was uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah, it's a bad thing
I was like, oh my
if you are not
goodness.
going to pay
Yeah.
attention to what you are doing.
Yeah.
So over the years, I've had to learn how to
Channel your touching to me.
to channel the touching. You had to direct it to you. But I had to learn how to navigate my affection because I'm an
direction.
affectionate person. So I had to really channel my affection correctly, and also, you know, just have self-control and not hide behind physical touch
Yes,
as your
that's
love
important.
language.
Yeah.
To be touching everyone and every woman you meet, you know, because that's what would happen if you don't really curb yourself to say. And this is now I'm talking to the ones who are whose love language is physical touch, because usually they would give it first to other people. But they give that because it's also a bait for connection. They want it back. It's not.
They're not giving it for free.
Not for free. If there's one thing that needs to come back, it's physical touch. If I raise my hand for if I raise my hand for a high five, you better not keep me waiting. Give me that high five.
You are like the words of affirmation people. You are mushy. You guys are mushy.
So we appreciate physical touch. We are huggers. We are cuddlers. We'll hold hands. We love sex. It's just
who you guys are.
How we are able to experience love to the fullest, and we are also able to receive love that way. We appreciate it much more when our partners initiate the hugs, initiate the kisses, initiate the sex. We appreciate it more that way. You can do everything. You can spend time with me. You can buy me gifts. You can tell me you love me. You can do everything under the sun. If you are not affectionate with me, I don't feel your love. It's just as simple as that. We are the kind of guys in high school who would hit on a girl, and the girl says, I love you too. And we say, prove it. And by prove it, we are simply saying, hug me or kiss me, something like that. Like I said, you can't tell them you love them without physically showing it. If this is your love language, like I said with the other ones, communicate it. It's important that you communicate how you want to receive love.
You guys are not being needy. I know you can easily be labeled as being needy.
It's often mistaken for being too needy, too clingy, too clingy as well. But it's just how we know how to receive.
Or the needy ones are the quality time. You guys are clingy ones.
We are clingy ones. So I understand that it's just how we receive love
and understand love.
I think love.
That is most important.
If you speak love this way to us, we will know you love us. When I come home, I want you to stand up, give me a hug. That says I love you. I've been missing you. I've been thinking about you, and I couldn't wait to see you. And that's what we want. So show affectionate gestures. Through kisses, through hugs and holding hands that I've mentioned that, always find ways to put them in a cuddle mode. If you do that for them, they feel they are loved.
They're on cloud 9.
They are always like
in heaven.
You initiated a hug, you initiated a cuddle. You opened up your arms as I was sitting on the couch to cuddle me. You rub my beard, you rub my head. If I have a big belly, you rub that belly. So things to avoid with these guys is don't withhold touch. I think that's just an obvious, but be attentive to what they love the most, especially when it comes to the touching, because they are highly sensitive on how you touch them. So they will know. For instance, if we are shaking hands, I can immediately tell if you don't want to talk to me, just by
how you shake
my hand. Because I'm highly sensitive to touch. So if you shake my hand and, for instance, if you shake my hand and your eye
is looking away,
you have a side eye somewhere, I already know you don't want to talk to me.
It's not a meaningful touch.
It's not a meaningful touch to me. So I'll just shake your hand and let you go. So these people are really sensitive to touch, so be careful of how you touch them. They are able to tell how you feel by how you touch them, how you hug them. If you are sad, you will notice that when you hug them, they'll hug even longer or hug tighter because they can pick up from just the touching
if you're okay or not.
If you are okay or not, you know. So that means they are very highly and like they are highly sensitive to touch. Any mistake you do, if you don't pay attention to what they love physically, chances are you are going to keep doing or touching
the wrong
places at all times, you know, and it's just going to be frustrating to them. So be careful and pay attention to what they love the most. If you touch them and they like it, note it down because you're gonna need it someday. You know? So always do that and you'll be fine with the physical touch people.
Okay, I took notes also.
Please.
So we have come to the end of our podcast today.
Yeah.
Short and sweet, I hope.
Yeah.
So as we close, we really hope that you were able to discover your love language if you didn't know it before.
Yeah.
And now you are better positioned to communicate it, like I said when we started.
Yeah.
And also you will know your partners and you will love them accordingly.
Yeah.
I think that is the most important thing. And also speaking your spouse's or your partner's love language must be done with intention to arouse love in them.
Yeah.
I think that must be said.
It
helps a lot, right? Because you won't miss the mark that way.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you doing it makes them feel loved.
Yeah.
Right? So it is important that you are intentional about it. You know, like you said, be consistent with the chomp thing.
Yeah.
You know, if it's gift giving, be consistent. It does not have to be bought. With the physical touch, people find that spot, the sweet spot that you can find, and always do that for them. You know, try to be as consistent as you can, because that will always say to them, I'm still loved. You know, every day I'm still loved, you know. Words of affirmation, easy one. I love you every day. I mean, I think that is the easy one. The ones that have
something.
just say something. The ones that have it hard are the acts of service people, you know. But, you know, find something. They may not be easy, but, you know, they acknowledge the sacrifice. You know, they acknowledge that you went out of your way to do that for them, and I believe that they will appreciate as a response to
I think
that.
also with acts of service people, and I know this because of you, it's not really about reinventing the wheel.
No.
You know, it's really about, okay, you found this place clean.
Keep it clean.
Leave it clean.
That's all we are asking for.
You know,
found it clean, keep it clean.
Yeah, so I think
put things where they are supposed to be.
Put things where they're supposed to be. If the cup is not supposed to be in the wardrobe,
move it.
Don't put it in the wardrobe. You know, and I think that's just the little things. I think it's a start. You know, if you're struggling with
the washing of the dishes, with the cooking, just maintain.
It's a start. Just maintain how you find things. Just pay attention to what and how things are in the house. Start there, and she will see, or he will see, that they are not clean freaks. They are not.
I was about to say that, Kere. If there's one thing about acts of service people, they are mostly tidy people. So anything missing or not missing, anything that is misplaced, they are quick to spot it, and it frustrates them. You know, it just messes up everything for them.
I know with me, I do leave things laying somewhere in the house, and then they disappear.
Because chances are they throw them away, guys. If you communicate and you are not heard, put it in the bin. That's the quickest way it's gonna be heard.
So it's really it's amazing. But it's about the mutual respect we were talking about.
Yes.
In the previous episode. It's about that, you know. It's about, okay, I found things this way, and out of respect, let me leave them.
And we are not saying don't mess up. You can turn the house upside down all
it's
you
your
want.
house.
Do whatever. But at the end of the day, tidy up.
Fix it
Fix
up.
it. Yeah.
Fix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a little gift for you guys.
Yeah.
We have what we call the love language quiz that we're gonna put up right in the description.
Yeah.
We are learning, guys. We are learning. So we're gonna leave that up for you. This is a quiz that you can do if you don't know what love language person you are. Right, because some people don't know. You can say, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that."
Yeah.
And you see yourself in all of them.
My love language is money.
Unfortunately, we don't have that here, and it's not there in the quiz, so I don't know. So yeah, if you were not able to identify the one that you are, or you see that you are falling in a lot of them, because you have what we call the primary love language. Yeah. So that is the one that you are most likely to be. Yeah. Right. So the quiz is there. You answer a few questions. It's a multiple choice. You answer that and you score yourself. The one that you've
scored
the most points, that's is your primary love language or your love language. And chances are you might even score a tie for secondary, and all that. Yeah. So yeah, just take that quiz, do it and discover your love language. Yeah. It's more fun if you do it with your partner and you both discover the love language that you are.
You might even shock yourself.
You might even shock yourself.
Yeah. And I wanted to say that it's important to always revisit your love language.
Yes,
because
definitely.
People think they are acts of service and they've grown and they've
5
changed.
years down the line, it has changed.
It happens.
It happens,
so, and as we always say, communication always pops up. Always communicate. Once you find that, now a gift-giving person, communicate.
So
because you don't want one to
keep doing something that doesn't communicate
keep doing
love.
something and you still don't feel loved at the end of the day. Yeah. So always communicate, always speak up about what your love language is.
Yeah. After scoring yourselves and discovering who you are, talk about it, and let's see what that does for your marriage and your relationship. Yeah, that's it. We've come to the end of.
Awesome. This was a great one. I loved it. I just want to say one last thing: don't get caught up trying to love your spouse the way you want. It's fruitless. It's a fruitless exercise.
You'll be so frustrated.
They will be frustrated. You will feel unappreciated. Strive to find the best way you can love them, but that best way needs to be the way they want to be loved.
They are not being selfish. They just want to be loved.
Yeah, they just want to experience love. The way you experience love. Yeah. So that's it for today. We have had a great time, and I believe you've had a great time too. And if you loved this episode, please like, share, comment. If you want to do extra, like, share, and comment again.
On previous episodes.
Yeah.
And if this is your first time, please subscribe. We post out an episode every week.
Every Thursday night. Usually.
We are trying to be consistent in loving you.
But hey, this was a great one. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, there is beauty in your marriage.
Show up, be present,
and keep loving.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.